Hey guys, it's Nate, and this is a video about building this nature trail for the family to use. And so, kind of why it got started was we have our utility company coming in, and they're actually blazing a pipeline. So they cut down 2 acres of our mature trees and forest on the backside of the property, and they left a big pile of mulch that I asked to keep. And that's what this stuff is. So it's not quite mulch like at a home center, but it's more of it's bigger pieces. It's more like shredded wood, but it was free, and I needed a lot of it. I did the math. If I were to buy all this mulch, it was going to be thousands of dollars to fill, because it's about 1,000 feet long trail, and most of it's 6 feet wide, both at the start and the end. There's nature. It's wider, but it's big enough to go on. And so earlier this year, I cut a path with my bobcat with a mulcher on the front of it, and so that got all the big trees out. And then I sprayed herbicide on it. I let it set for several months, and then now I came back and I mowed it again, sprayed herbicide any places that the grass was growing up. I didn't put any kind of landscape fabric down. There's pros and cons to that. But again, it was kind of a cost. I wanted something cheap. This was free, just my labor. So I'll go through kind of how I did that. And okay, so this is a longer trail, but you can make one that's shorter and not as wide. My mother-in-law actually has a smaller one that's not nearly as wide. But I think the key to having success on it is it needs to be in kind of a heavily forested area, because then they have less undergrowth. So if there's a place that grows a lot of grass, then it's not going to be easy to maintain, because the grass wants to grow up. And I wanted something I didn't have to mow. So this part right here gets grass and sun, but then the rest of it, all inside the woods, doesn't get a lot of sunlight, and it doesn't have a lot of growth. So over the entire course of the summer, it did not grow a lot of grass or little bushes. But we did have to get this all the way from the other side of the property, so I enlisted the help of friends, 2 teenage boys, and my brother, because we had to have both a tractor on the far end where this mulch was piled up, with a Jeep and a dump trailer, and then they loaded it there, and then they drove it back, and then myself and my brother were here on the trail. We then grabbed that piles of mulch that they dumped out, and then we started spreading it around with the Bobcat toolcat. So that took us, we spread it out over 2 days. It was about 9 hours of work total, with averaging about 3.5 of us. So, it was about 35 or so man hours to put all the mulch down. So it certainly took a lot of work to do that. I have other videos out there, so feel free to put any comments. I'll try to help answer them. And then subscribe to the channel so you can get some updates on other things. Some of the things mentioned in here are shown in here, like the stump bucket. I have videos of actually how I built that. Okay, so I'm out here making the nature trail. I've already brush cut the path and kind of smoothed it out a little bit with a rock grapple, and then I sprayed it. This is about 3 months ago this spring, so I sprayed it all. So a lot of it's dead. You can kind of see where I made that path, and then I'm going through right now to do a final cleanup. I had to get one more stump out, and I'm going to do a quick mow and then spray with herbicides again. And then tomorrow I'm going to put down a lot of wood shredded mulch. So we'll see how it goes.